guys? I'm back with another episode of Cosplay Bites, the show all about cosplay, conventions, and all the nerdy bits and bytes. This episode, I have with me back for round two, uh,
This is round
the
three.
round three.
Yeah, this is round three, I
Well, it's
think.
the second time you've been on the show, right?
I think it's the third time.
What?
I'm pretty sure.
Oh, okay. I got Leah Stevo back.
Yay! Hi, guys.
Yay!
Good
Hi.
morning.
Yeah, good morning. It's what was it? 8:30
It's freaking 8 in the morning.
on her
And
end.
yeah, so if I sound tired, that's why. But I couldn't think of anything I'd rather do than hang out with you.
Oh, I love you so much.
Yay. Oh.
So, yeah, before we just get into that, just the normal housekeeping rules, or stuff. Those who don't know, Cosplay Bites is a show that's on Anchor, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, and Spotify. And, if you could, just rate and review the show, like stuff like that, that helps out the show a lot. I just got some good news through Anchor, so I was able to level up the show a little bit more. You can also, I guess, leave voice messages for me on Anchor and like support me through that site in particular or on my Patreon. Speaking of which, shout out to the following people on my Patreon. Thank you so much for continuing to support me. I got Shaylin, Noah, Coralia Jade, Oh My Sophie, Cat Yuska Moonfox, Mink the Satyr, and Nicole Marie Jean.
Yay.
Yeah. And as far as what you can look forward to on my blog at the moment, this week I had featured and showcases on cosplayers like Alessandria Cosplays Totodile, Blood Raven Kasumi from Persona 5, and then upcoming I got people like Jenny Belly's Espion, 89 Styles' Vol'jin, and a couple of other talented people that I won't spoil, but I'll just let you guys find out when they go live. Yeah, let me see here. That covered the normal stuff. So, yeah, the last time that I can remember that I had Leah on the show, we were
I'm pretty hard to remember.
Yeah.
I'm easily forgettable.
Right.
It's okay.
No. I could never forget you. We talked about your Anime Expo debut, sort of,
Yeah.
with your Star Guardian Urgot.
Oh, that was a while ago. Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And yeah, so this episode mainly, when I hand it off to Leah,
Oh no.
don't be scared.
I'm scared.
DragonCon just happened.
DragonCon!
Yeah.
Oh!
It was a week ago, right?
It feels like it was yesterday. Let me look at my calendar. It was about 2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was Labor Day weekend.
Yeah.
Every year.
Yeah. And yeah, for those unaware, quick, I guess, little synopsis of DragonCon. It's apparently one of the oldest nerdy shows in the country, based in Atlanta, Georgia. And I mean, it's a con. There are panels and vendors there, but a lot of people nowadays just view it as one giant party con in one hotel building. And yeah, like a lot of the times I'll just see pictured and it's just like a giant mass of people in one main area.
It's actually in I think there's like 4 or 5 hotels. It's grown to the point where it's like taken over the entire downtown area of Atlanta. And so you have like the Hilton, the Hyatt, the Marriott, the Sheridan. Like there's all these hotels that you can just kind of wander around and find a party in, or just kind of a place to hang out.
Party.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it really is. It's a giant party, but not in the sense where it's like, it's just a giant welcoming community, and you can party in whatever sense you feel like the need to. If you want to just hang out, you can. There's lots of alcohol, there's lots of debauchery, but there's also lots of like, just friendship and positivity. So that's why I go every year. It's freaking, it's unlike anything I've ever seen at any other con. It's just a great feeling.
Yeah, I know that's definitely one con I have. It's on my bucket list to go to at least experience it at least once just to see what it's like. Because I mean,
you're not going to experience it once. It's like a Pringle. Like you can't just eat one. You can't just go to one DragonCon. It's like a drug. It's over, and then you're like, oh my god, I cannot wait for next year.
I mean, yeah, I went to like my first CatsuCon in 2017, and I was like, I want to go again. And then I went 2018, and I had to skip this year, so I'm like, I gotta make it a mission to go next year.
That's one of my dream cons. I want to go to KatsuCon. It looks so beautiful, and it looks like it's the same, that same level of community, and like, getting together with people and meeting new friends, and and the hotel, of course, is just gorgeous.
Yeah.
I think it's the Gaylord.
Yeah, the Gaylord is the main. Yeah. Yeah, because I'm trying to like for next year to like cut back on cons, but like go to the ones that mean a lot to me and for like more than one day. I mean, like KatsuCon would be a full weekend. New York Comic Con, which is in a few weeks, that's a full weekend. But then like I went to PAX East, I think for one day this year with my friends, and they had all gone for several days, and I had just had a lot of fun. I was like, I want to hang out with them more, so I'm gonna try to maybe next year go to PAX East, maybe just go with them, like pitch in a hotel and go for the full weekend or something. So
yeah, well, that makes me happy. Like you're not alone in that. I feel like a lot of us are cutting back on the amount of cons we're going to, just for the sake of like quality versus quantity. It's really exhausting.
And I mean,
it can be just draining, and to the point where it's not fun anymore. And I don't want anybody to ever get to that point. So like I've cut back. I'm going to 3, maybe 4 cons a year just to focus more on putting together better costumes and just like living my life.
Living your life, better costumes, saving a lot of money because they seem to be getting more expensive every year.
Yeah,
I know KatsuCon had changed it where you need a badge to attend this convention, like period. Because I mean, the two times I went, I lobby-conned it.
Oh, okay, yeah, they're cracking down on that,
Yeah. So
I mean, I understand why. It's just it makes it a little bit more expensive.
And like crowd control and whatnot. Cause KatsuCon can get very crowded, but I know several people like they kind of view BlizzCon as one of their major ones to go to because that's a lot of money, and then plus like a lot of people bring out their big like Blizzard based cosplays there. So
I'll be going to BlizzCon also, but that's definitely on my list of conventions that I can't miss because it's another one of those experiences. It's really short, BlizzCon's only 2 days. It's one of those where it's short and sweet, and there's always like it's just a breeding ground for like unforgettable moments and like really, really fun times with people that you wouldn't normally get to hang out with. So yeah. If that makes sense. I mean, I'm still waking up, so
I'm sure it does.
I'm rambling. Just let me know.
No, if you're rambling, that's good.
Yay!
If you're rambling, that's good. That makes the show longer, and that's what I like.
Yay! Okay, cool.
DragonCon, you went.
I went.
Labor Day weekend. How many days was it?
Gosh, it's up to 5 days now.
Oh my god!
Which isn't enough. It needs to be like a whole month. Seriously, like it used to be 4. And then like when I started going, it was 4. And it didn't feel like enough, and so they added another day. And it's still not enough. It's just that fun. It's that fun. There's that much to do. There's that much to see. It's so hard to articulate the overwhelming sense of positivity and inspiration and love that you get when you go. It's just like, it's nerdy gras. It's like Valhalla for nerds, and
That's a good explanation. That's a good
it really
comparison.
is.
Yeah.
Like, that's what they call it. They call it nerdy gras, and it's just such a welcoming, accepting, wonderful environment. And there's so much to do. Like, yeah, it's 5 days. I think it started on Thursday this year, but like everyone gets in like Wednesday. So Wednesday's like the new like unofficial day. So it's really 6 at this point. I mean, it's just whenever you get in from your flight, you go down to the Marriott and you hang out at the Pulse bar or wherever, and you just hang out with people.
Yeah.
And there's so much to do. Like, that's a big draw for me, is that I'm a fan of a lot of different things, like not just comics, not just anime, not just books. Like, I have a lot of really weird interests, and I
Okay.
find them all represented at DragonCon, amazingly enough. Like, there's a track for pretty much every fandom you can think of, and so
Wow.
there's always a reason to want to go. Yeah, it's just, I can't describe it. It's the coolest con on the planet.
Right. Okay.
Oh man, now I want to go again. Thanks. Now I miss it.
You got a year to go. So
Yeah.
So you brought, how many outfits did you bring?
I slummed it this year. I brought 3, and they were all very comfortable. I just wanted to try something new. I've been dealing with some illnesses this past year, and for all the upcoming cons, I wanted to make sure that I wasn't overexerting myself.
Right.
So I took 3 costumes. I took Eris Morn from Destiny. I took one of my favorite costumes is my Raider from Fallout 4,
Okay.
and with the giant Gatling laser. And I also took a new costume that I spent like, I got it done in a week, and I'm crazy proud of it.
Oh boy.
It was a bow from Critical Role, but a Diablo version of her. And
Okay. Oh,
yeah,
okay.
yeah, she's not done yet. I have to work on her a little bit more because I'm not happy with how she came out. But yeah,
Oh,
it was just 3, and they're all very comfortable. Like, it's all primarily fabric, so not a whole lot of armor, which is what I wanted. Just to stay comfortable and be able to spend like more time having fun versus like running back to my room and like fixing something or whatever.
yeah. Yeah. All right. So they all pretty much you were able to wear them all without any issues or whatnot?
No. Oh man. Eris was actually, surprisingly, she's my most comfortable one. She is head to toe covered in fabric, very, very conservative, very hot. It was too hot for her.
Oh no.
I wanted to wear her more, and because it's downtown Atlanta in the height of summer, it can be very, very rough in terms of heat and humidity. So she was I was able to wear her for about, I want to say, like an hour, 2 hours before I just had to take her off. So that was kind of a bummer, but the others were like super comfortable. I wore them all day and night, and it was great. But
That's
yeah,
good.
Eris, surprisingly enough, she was just too hot to wear. She's not a summer costume. She's like a winter costume.
Yeah. So did you mainly just hang around the con for the whole weekend, or did you like go to any panels, or like did you buy stuff? Like were there
Oh
vendors
my
there?
gosh. Okay, dude, you haven't been yet. You have to go. The vendor hall is like, I think it's 4 stories of,
What? What the?
yeah, it's 4 floors of a vendor hall. It's not just like one giant area. It's 4 giant areas stacked on top of each other. The first 3 are like the exhibit or the vendor hall where you have like all these different makers and stuff, and then the top floor is Artist Alley, where they bring in all these top tier comic artists. It's crazy, and they sell everything. They sell freaking everything. I got the coolest stuff. I got like, gosh, I'm trying to think of what I bought. I went crazy. There's a lot of dice vendors. So I bought a lot of dice for like D&D and stuff, just because I'm a dice hoarder, and
oh, you're one of those people.
Shiny. I'm one of those people. Yeah, it's bad. I bought. I think the coolest thing I bought was an actual piranha that was embalmed and mounted. It's like an actual honest to God piranha. There was a vendor there that sold fossils and like kind of taxidermied creatures and insects and fish, and I thought that was really cool because I love fish. I love marine life, so
okay,
that was really cool. Yeah. What else did I get? I got a lot of cool stuff. I can't talk about the rest because a lot of it's like Christmas presents for people that I love, so I can't really.
Gotcha.
I don't want to spoil it.
Understandable. Yeah, you never know who's gonna listen. Yeah. Never know who's going to listen to this. It could be the people that you're getting the Christmas presents from.
Yeah, Santa did good this year.
Santa did. Oh boy. Yeah. Is there trying to think.
I also got cosplay materials there. I feel like it's worth mentioning. Like, I hate to interrupt, but it's worth mentioning.
No, please.
There's a lot of cool like fabrics and leathers and like if you're looking for a really special handcrafted item for an upcoming costume, like DragonCon has you covered. I got really cool leather for my next Blizzard build that I've never seen anywhere else. And I think that's kind of the draw of the vendor hall. A lot of those, a lot of the vendor halls and conventions, they can get kind of samey after a while, and you see like kind of the same thing over and over again, no matter what con you go to. It's like, okay, I saw that last year. I saw that at Emerald City or whatever, which is fine. But DragonCon attracts a lot of really unique stuff, so that's why it's a huge draw for me as well. And I got some really cool leather to turn into a mess and wear a costume. So I'm really excited about that.
That's great.
Yeah.
So you did some shopping. Are there panels at DragonCon? I assume yes. Yeah.
Oh, there are so many panels. Yeah, it's just there are big ones. There are really small ones. They have a lot of workshops as well. Panels that you actually pay like $100 to go, and you get a really hands-on kind of a workshop where you can go sit and make something with a master craftsman.
Oh, wow.
They had like a special effects, like a makeup FX workshop. They had an embroidery workshop, which I wanted to go to because I'm really into embroidery right now.
Oh wow!
They have a ton of stuff. They have like an armor crafting workshop. They have just bunches of cool things that you can either go sit and listen to one of your childhood heroes talk, or you can actually walk in and make something. And then there's a lot of fan created content as well, like not just panels that are hosted by DragonCon, but they're like get-togethers that are hosted by fans that are not part of the official DragonCon program, but that DragonCon is really, really supportive of. And there's like the fan gatherings where you get together with your fellow fans of like, let's say like the Fallout group is huge every year. Every Sunday of DragonCon every year is the Fallout gathering, and I'm a huge fan of Fallout, and I get to go and meet other friends and other fans of the franchise and take pictures with them. So
nice.
There's just so much to do. Like if you're the kind of person that makes a schedule beforehand and says, okay, for DragonCon, I'm going to go to this, and then I'm going to go to that, and then I'm going to go see that panel, and then I'm going to go there, you're going to have a bad time because there's so much to do. Part of the experience is being able to miss things. It's okay to miss something because there's just too much. If that makes sense. Yeah, there's too much shit, dude. It's like, God.
Completely makes sense. I mean, that's how I pretty much do New York Comic-Con now, where it's like, I mean, I'm not that big into panels anymore unless it's something that I really, really want to go to, or something that I really feel like I won't have another chance to do something like that ever again. Because it, like, panels are like they can be a good like time crunch. I mean, the best way to put it, in my opinion, is like a time waster. Like, it takes up a lot of time.
Time to like sit there and like kind of recuperate and rest.
Yeah. Whereas, like, now, if I go to New York Comic Con, I just run around the exhibitor hall, buying stuff, seeing friends that are at booths, if they're working there, or roaming around the artist alley.
What was the best panel you've ever seen?
The best panel? Well, I mean, I think the only.
Oh, you've only been to one panel. Okay, well.
Let me think. So PAX East this year was they had a like after hours nighttime game show kind of thing, which was kind of fun. Cool. Where they think I think they did The Price is Right on like nerdy setups and items, and I can't remember if I'm pretty sure they did another game show type of thing, but I mean, we didn't stay for the whole thing because one of the friends I was with and I had to go catch our train to go back home for the night. But then the one panel I always go back to is the one I went with my dad at New York Comic Con one year. This was for I believe it was for a Batman panel for DC Comics, and it was right around the time when they had their it was the Death of the Family event going on for the New 52.
Yeah.
And so they had all the writers there, and it was just a lot of fun, like having them talk about the storylines that they were planning for that event. But then, like, I guess the one always memorable moment was at the same time they had the Avengers versus X-Men event going on at Marvel. And so cool. So the lead writer of the Batman comic opened it up saying Avengers versus X-Men, who wins? And the entire room just yelled Batman. And that was just the best. That was just the best.
Oh my gosh. So, that is so great.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. I love it.
That was hilarious. So, I mean, then they did a Q&A at the end, but we didn't stay for that. So, yeah, a lot of times, like, and I don't think this year I'm gonna bring any comics to get signed, because that's another like a time waster sort of thing where like you got to come back at a specific time or wait in line. So I mean, I'm pretty much gonna probably browse, maybe find some more keychains for my car keys or
Wait, how many keychains do you have on your keys?
I mean, I don't have them on me like on my desk, but I mean like
mine's pretty bad, so that's why I'm asking. I have like a 5-pound set of car keys at this point.
Oh my god. No, I actually cut back on my car keys because they're like either A, they're getting too heavy, or like there's too much going on, or B, they're like some of them are breaking off.
Yeah, I think it can damage your ignition also. If your keys are too heavy, it can actually like really fuck up your ignition.
Oh, fun. Yay, I need to worry about my car now.
Yeah, have fun with that. You're welcome.
More pins to decorate my lanyard that I bring for New York Comic Con.
Yay.
Last year was fun because I got to play the Kingdom Hearts 3 demo that they had going on before the game came out. I mean, this was something I knew in advance. Like, okay, like I gotta try it. I mean, I know the game came out. The game came out the day after my birthday this year. So I mean,
a great birthday gift.
Yeah, I mean, I had to wait. I had to wait 3 months when the demo was there for October, but I was like, I want to play this now. Like I'm just, and it was worth it because I mean I had to leave early Sunday morning to get to the con, like right before it opened. It opened. I made a beeline to the Square Enix booth, and I was able to get in line, and then chatted with a couple people behind me, and then I was able to get a ticket. And then the two people that were behind me were able to get theirs, and they were like, "Yeah, dude, we just got the last 2 tickets, so we got there just in time."
Gosh! Wow.
Yeah.
That's super fortunate. Yay.
Right when the con opened. So now with the Final Fantasy VII remake that's getting a lot of attention now, I'm wondering if Square Enix is gonna have the demo there that they had at E3. So I'm just like thinking, do I attempt to try and go to this demo?
I think you should.
Or can I suck it up and wait 5 months before the game comes out?
No, don't wait. Do it.
No, I might give it a shot. I mean, yeah. It depends if they have it. Yeah.
It's better to try and fail than, live with like 5 months of like, oh man, I should have, and then
I don't want to wait.
Regret it. Be impatient. I'm impatient too. Don't wait, damn it. I'm with you.
Yeah. Yeah, and then I had to go back for the Kingdom Hearts 3 demo. I had to come back at like 5:00 because every ticket had like an allotted time slot for you to come back to go play the game. So yeah, it was a good time.
Yay!
And then as usual, Square Enix took all my money because of the store they had there. So
of course.
Yeah. Do you have like one vendor that always takes your money?
Yep, I sure do.
Really?
So I'm very into like smelly, olfactory like scents and not to the point where I think it like, I don't think it really makes a difference in my physical health, but I like smelling good, and I like smelling yummy things. And for the past, over a decade, probably 15 years, I've been a fan of a company called Black Phoenix Alchemy Lab. And every year at DragonCon, they have a booth, and every year it gets bigger and bigger. And what they sell like, perfume oils, but they're different. They're not just like, hey, it's flowers. I mean, they build narrative via scent, and they build like different blends that correspond to like characters or moments or like historical things, and it's really interesting. Like it's just cool to see like a kind of a, you can't really describe a smell like via a podcast or like via like a picture or anything. So having like an olfactory experience smells really good, and then being able to wear that fragrance is, I give them so much money. Oh my god, I went crazy this year. Like I'm a big fan of like chocolate and like very like pastry, like vanilla, like cupcakes, like that kind of smell. And they had a whole bunch of those this year. So right now I smell like brownies, and I know you can't smell me, but trust me, I smell really good. So
I believe it.
Yeah, they take my money every year because they put out really weird scents. They have a scent that they designed for the Trump administration, called Kafif, and it's fucking hilarious. Like I can't describe it, but it smells like accurate. There's some orange like creamsicle in there, and there's like some bourbon notes. I mean, it's really hard to describe, but once I smelled it, I'm like, yeah, that's pretty accurate. That's what I imagine, Kafif would smell like.
Oh my
The
god.
description was like, it makes no sense at all, and so it's pretty spot on. But that's the kind of stuff they do, and I really love it. So I'll be more than happy to spend my entire paycheck there every year.
Oh man. Oh boy. Cool. That's great. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not great for my bank account, but whatever.
If you look forward to a con all year and you save up money, then you have an excuse to go.
Yeah. I'm a good girl. I save up, and then I'm like, God, I always have that regret, when you leave the vendor hall and you're like, God, what did I just do? That I could have I could have bought something else, or I should have saved it or whatever. But I think that's the fun of being a nerd, is that none of us have any impulse control. So
no, we really
have
don't.
A lot of cool shit. We're like dragons with just really bad impulse control and amazing hoards in our room.
Yeah.
Like, I see your room. You have a really cool hoard of treasure at your place.
Yeah.
I see that keyblade.
Yeah. Well, wrong way.
Oh yeah, right there, hanging on your wall. Oh, is that part of the mural?
No.
Or is that okay? For those of you who, you can't see this, but he has the coolest freaking mural on the back of his room, and
well, I mean, they can see this because it's gonna go up on the.
Okay.
Well, I mean, if they mainly listen to it through like Spotify or anything, then they won't. But I mean, if they go to my YouTube channel, they'll see it. But I mean,
go to the YouTube channel. What's your YouTube channel?
I have to open up a new tab and click on the channel. Well, no, because there was an experience one time when I was recording a show and I accidentally like command quit like Google Chrome, so that canceled the entire like the recording was still going, and so my guest was like, where did I go? So I'm trying to be extra careful. I want to say I mean, if you type in Cosplay Bite, you'll find the channel. Okay. You'll find it. Yeah.
I'm gonna plug the channel for you. Here we go. Cosplay Bites on YouTube. I don't see it.
Try. I mean, if you go to YouTube, if you type in like May.
There it is.
Yep.
There it is. Okay, so your channel is the CosPod.
Nope.
Podcast? That's not you? Okay.
Nope, that's not me.
That's not them. We don't like them. No.
No, we do like them. They were
okay, we do like them. Yeah.
They were a guest. They were a guest on my show.
Oh, okay.
That's what you read. You read a past episode title.
Oh, okay, yeah. Your channel is James. Lightning Palace. All right, cool.
Yeah.
Yay.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah, no, I'm telling myself like I saved up enough money, like I can go crazy, but not too crazy because I want to have enough money where I can still save up more to go to like Katsucon, because that's I know that's going to be a good chunk of money just for like travel and hotel. So
yeah,
but yeah, definitely looking forward to that. It is worth it.
I don't know about you, but like I will always spend money on an experience before I will invest in a thing, like a thing, just a material object. I think it's really important to have these experiences that produce such important memories.
Exactly.
And that's kind of why DragonCon is such an important part of my life, is that it does that. It's like it's a happiness factory. You go there and you come out hopefully just invigorated and inspired and with new friends, and
yeah,
you bond with people that you wouldn't ever get to experience, like to meet or whatever. And that's really important to me. It keeps me going. That's what keeps me going through like costuming is spending money on going to these conventions and like meeting people. Yeah, that's what keeps me going is spending money. It's like, it's retail therapy.
It is. Yeah, it is. It is.
But it's actually like, putting in the capital to go see these people and learn from them and meet them and just connect with people, and that's more important than, for me buying a bottle of scented oil. Honestly, like I could buy that online, but I'd rather buy it at DragonCon where I can meet the actual artists and I can like talk to them
and then like you
feel
can
inspired.
and you can like attach a memory to like this. Oh, I bought this
Exactly.
scented oil at DragonCon, and I met the person that made the scent. It's
Yeah,
like freaking awesome. Yeah.
um, yeah. So I don't know. Maybe that's a millennial thing, but I really am a huge fan of the experience economy and making sure that we're living our life,
I am too. No,
essentially, and
absolutely.
yeah, and not just sitting in our bedrooms hoarding stuff, which is how I used to live. I used to just be very, very uh, reclusive, and I never left my house. And DragonCon changed that. DragonCon gave me like uh, gave me a what's the word? Kind of a counterpoint to what I thought I would experience, like in
Right.
like a social environment, like where I thought I would be just bullied and ignored and rejected and outcast. And DragonCon was like, no, actually, no, you came here, you're part of this family now, and we love you, and we want to see more of you. And so,
Yeah.
yeah, like
That's what it.
that got really emotional really fast. Sorry,
No,
but you
no,
know
it
what
did. No, it's okay. I mean, I view the cosplay community and you, like I love you guys very much. You're basically
I mean.
you're a second family to me, and like I
Right.
very glad I took the plunge to go to my first con, and now I'm somewhat I no not somewhat, I am addicted to going to cons.
I mean, it's a good addiction though. There are other things that
Yeah,
people are addicted to that are pretty bad, but going to conventions and hanging out with people is honestly, I'm okay with that. I'm okay with you
yeah,
being an addict, James. I'm
yeah.
cool with
Yeah, and like you get to see friends that are you don't get to see either at all or very few times a year. So
right. Yeah, and it's really special. It's like a family reunion
yeah,
once a year.
yeah, yeah. That's one reason why I love wearing my Prompto cosplay so much, because
Oh yeah.
I can attach memories to it simply because of the quote unquote prop I have, which is his Polaroid a Polaroid camera, because
Yeah.
that's his gimmick that he does in the game. Like he takes pictures that you can save onto the game to look at later.
Oh, that's
Um, but
cool.
yeah, I take selfies with all the cosplayers and friends that I have. Like either I'll take one for myself, or now what I try to do is I take two of them, one to give them, and one for myself, so that we can always remember it.
That's so
Um,
wonderful.
yeah,
Oh.
I invested in a new Polaroid camera like early on in the year because the old
Yeah.
one broke, but this is more of like a battery operated one. So I mean, it's still been stowed away, like waiting till this con. So I think it should be fine. It should still. I think it should still work. I think the film should be fine.
Sure. Yeah.
So yeah,
That's exciting.
yeah, I'm really excited. It's only 3 weeks away.
Ooh,
It's
oh
the
my, and it's gonna go by so fast. So when you
yeah,
get there, make sure that you cherish it.
yeah, yep. I just gotta get through the next 2 weeks at work, and then I am golden.
Yay!
Um, any memorable moments or like highlights from your Dragon Con this year?
Oh my gosh. God, there's so many because the entire freaking con is so memorable. Like, it's really like it's not just kind of you walking around. It's just like moving from one unforgettable moment to the next for 5 days straight. If you can even comprehend that, I can't. I still can't comprehend it. Um, I gosh, I think one of the one of the best memories that I have from this year, though, that really inspires me, is let's rewind to my costume that I put together in a week, which I normally don't do. Like, my MO is spending like months and months and months on one costume because I have like a terrible bout of perfectionism that I have to get through, and I deliberately fought that this year just to see what I could do in a very short amount of time. So I put together Beauregard from Critical Role, who is she's a monk, and I decided to fuse her design with a monk from Diablo 3 because I love Diablo, and I wanted to see what would happen if I changed up her look a little.
Yeah.
And to be honest, like, I am not happy with how the costume came out, and that stems from me, being overly critical of my work, which we all do. We're all our own harshest critics.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
personally, like, I feel like my costume just isn't finished. It's not where I want it to be. It didn't have the right fit. So I went out to the Critical Role gathering that I mentioned before. Every fandom has its own like gathering.
Yeah.
Critical Role is a D&D podcast stream on Twitch. With a ton of fans, and I had never been to one before. So I rolled up in my weird blue monk armored thing that I called Diablo, because it's Bo from Critical Role and Diablo.
Yep.
And the weirdest thing was, like, in my head, I'm like, this is just, I feel really uncomfortable. I feel really insecure in this costume because I don't like the way it looks. But I'm gonna have fun anyway. Everyone got it. Everyone, like, immediately understood, like, who I was, and, like, they not only that, but they really appreciated it,
Oh, that's
and
really good.
I was, like, shocked. I'm like, "Oh my god, I don't have to explain this to anybody."
Yeah.
And people loved it, and people that I'd never met before in my life, now we're, like, best friends, and getting to, like, meet other, like, critters, and everybody understood what it was, like, immediately. I didn't have anybody. There was one guy who thought I was, like, Korra, from Legend of Korra, which is fine, like,
Okay. Yeah.
I'm okay with that. Yeah,
All
I
right.
love her.
Sure.
But the best memory was probably, like, going to that gathering and being, like, really appreciated for bringing something new to the table when I thought that it was just too unrecognizable to really be understood. I was fully understood, and I think that harks back to the magic of DragonCon, which I think is really important to mention, is that it's a huge kind of a huge convergence of people who do creative costumes that you really haven't seen before.
Right.
That's a huge part of the culture, is being creative, and it's like, show me something new. Yeah, maybe you can do an exact really good prompto, but show me a prompto that I've never seen before, or go nuts with it, and I think
Right.
that's part of people expect to see things that they haven't seen before. So
Yeah.
that really helps, and it's really challenging to get creative with your favorite character and, like, put a new twist on them
It can be.
for
Yeah.
DragonCon. But yeah, that, I mean, just, being able to do that and be appreciated, and I felt validated. I was like, oh, maybe it's not as bad as I thought it was. um, and I wanted it to be great because it was very comfortable to wear. Like, I could wear that costume all day long,
Yeah. It looks
which I can't
comfortable.
say
Yeah.
for the rest of my builds. Yeah. Just baggy clothes and a stick. That's pretty much it. And, like, a little bit of armor here and there, but I could do
Right.
that all day. So yeah, that was really, really special. One of the other memories, and this is because I'm just a fat kid at heart. There's a piece of cake that they were selling in the Marriott, and it was the best cake I've ever had in my life. I just really want to give a shout out to the Marriott, the Sear restaurant at the Marriott Marquis, because that Marriott carpet cake was so good.
Oh, that cake! I saw pictures of that
cake.
Yeah. Okay.
Dude. So I mean, just to give a background, the Marriott had a very very distinct carpet pattern up until I think 2016, 2017. And it became kind of like the iconography for DragonCon and the culture. And the Marriott this year got into it. They joined in, and they, one of the meals they had at Sear, one of the restaurants in the hotel, it wasn't a meal, but they had a carpet cake, a carpet designed chocolate cake with the actual Marriott carpet printed on it.
Oh, that sounds so
they
good.
had a cookie too. Oh my gosh, James, it was the best chocolate cake I've ever had in my life.
Oh my god.
Like, I shouldn't put so much emphasis on food, but holy crap, it was that good. Like, that was a really good memory of DragonCon, is how good. I had 2 pieces.
Oh my god.
No, I think I had like 4 pieces a day, and it was so good.
4 pieces a day? Oh man.
Yeah, I stocked up. You gotta stock up on carbs when you're at a con, because it's a workout, man.
Yeah, it is. It is a workout.
It was just that good.
You know how much walking you do?
Oh, I should have brought my Fitbit. It's like you walk miles, and Atlanta isn't flat. Atlanta's hills.
Yeah.
You really can walk uphill both ways to your hotel, or you're to the con. It's a workout, man. I actually lost weight when I got home after all that horrible junk food. I actually lost weight. So, yeah, it's definitely you have to train for it. Like, if you don't give yourself a little bit of endurance, you're not gonna be able to see as much as you want.
You're not gonna make it. Not gonna make it.
Yep, not gonna hack it. Sorry.
All right. Tell me one thing that was enjoyable to make. So I guess maybe we could focus on your Diablo outfit. What was one part of it that you found really enjoyable to make?
Oh, that's a great question. I tried embroidery for the first time, and I don't think anybody really, noticed it. Like, there was embroidery on the fabric that I chose. It was all hand embroidered, and it really, it was for me, just because I like stupid details that, are just there, that kind of add character to the different, textures of a costume. I really liked the embroidery aspect of it. I spent a lot of time being able to just kind of sit there, and it's almost meditative. Like, when you're embroidering by hand, it's very zen, and it's surprisingly not as boring as I thought. I've never embroidered before, because I didn't know if I would like it or be good at it, and I don't know if I'm good at it, but I don't care, because it was very relaxing.
Right.
It was my favorite part of making that costume, was being able to just kind of sit and focus on my needle and the pattern that I'm making, and yeah, I'm gonna do it again. I can't wait to do more embroidery on more work. It's a lot. It's very time consuming, but it's a good way to spend time, and it's very centering. So I enjoyed that a lot. Yeah. What else did I enjoy? I also enjoyed making. There's some gems that are throughout the armor part. Like, you'll see some faux jade stuff. And again, this is because I'm a dice hoarder, but I made 25 to 30 jade faux, like fake jade D20s to string together as a bracelet, and that was really fun.
Oh wow, that's awesome.
So I have a jade bracelet that like every bead is actually a D20, and it's pretty cool. I would wear that just to work. I love that bracelet.
No, yeah, that sounds you get more than one use out of it, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, you didn't bring your dice? Here you go. Yeah.
All right. Cool. Yeah, that sounds awesome. Anything else you wanted to add about DragonCon?
I think if you're going for the first time, it's really important to remain as healthy and sanitary as possible, because DragonCon has its own strain of con crud that will literally wipe you out for about 2 weeks. I did not get it this year. I didn't get it. And you need to understand, if you haven't been, that you need to wash your hands a lot, get fresh air, hydrate, bathe. Like, please take a shower. Please, not just for your sake, but for mine. Like, just please take a shower. It gets very, very crowded. Everyone's breathing the same air, especially at night. It's like shoulder to shoulder. Be hygienic and get lots of sleep. It's still a vacation, you know. DragonCon is meant to be fun, and don't spend it tired. I spent it tired for a few years, and as I get older, I realize like you gotta rest and take care of yourself.
Yeah.
DragonCon, and I say that because, you know, DragonCon is so big, and it will consume you if you let it. It's just such a big, overwhelming event. Take care of yourself, but that applies to any con. You know, just take a shower and go to bed. Don't forget.
Yeah. Don't stay up too late.
Yeah, and
yeah.
The cool thing though is that DragonCon is like 24 hours a day. So if you're a night owl, it's great because you're not going to miss anything. You can go downstairs and hang out with people at like 3 in the morning, because there's different like phases of costumes. Like at 3 in the morning, people bring out like their LED costumes, or their more like risque, like kind of revealing costumes, because it's more like adult oriented at night.
Yeah.
But it's still cool, you know. DragonCon changes, it evolves like throughout the weekend. So
right.
Yeah.
Right.
I hope that makes sense.
No, that totally makes sense. Yeah.
I don't have my coffee yet, guys, so if I'm rambling.
No coffee? Oh my gosh.
Dude, I got out of bed and I got on the mic, and here I am.
Oh, you're the best.
For you, James.
Yeah. I think this is a good place to wrap up, though, because I think you really captured like what DragonCon is. I think so. I think a lot of.
I hope so, because there's a lot. I mean, it's just, God, it's unforgettable. It's unmissable. It's amazing, and I'll go every year for as long as I can.
Yeah. I'll definitely try to make it 1 year. I don't know when, but it's a goal.
Yay!
I mean, I don't know if there'll be the only opportunity I get the chance to meet you in person, or maybe we'll get to see each other at another con. I don't know, but I mean, it'll happen.
It'll happen. Yeah. Yeah. We'll figure it out.
Yeah. All right. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this fun-filled episode about partying and whatnot. Leah, if they want to go find your work, where do they go?
You can oh man, don't look at my work. My work sucks. You can go laugh at all the things that I've tried to make at Leah Stevo Art on Instagram, or you can see me on Facebook at LSTVO, or if you're into the tweeters, I have a Twitter account that I almost never use, at Leah FTW.
Yeah, you should use it more.
No, No, I refuse.
Okay.
I hate social media. Sorry, but it's really hard for me. Like,
no, that's understandable. That's
hard, man.
Yeah.
I can only do like one at a time.
Yeah.
And then
No.
I just get tired. Then I go to bed.
Takes up a lot of energy.
I'm old, man. I can't handle it. All you kids with your tweets and your likes and your hearts, it's just too much for me. I'm just in my garage making stuff. Leave me alone.
Get off my lawn.
Get off my lawn!
Oh man, and yeah, you can find my blog at thelightningpalace.blogspot.com or Lightning Palace on Instagram and Twitter, and then of course you can check out the show on all the platforms I talked about at the start. And I also have a Patreon that you can go check out. And yeah, I'll if you pledge, I'll send you stickers and a thank you note, and you can become immortalized into my blog at the end of every post. And I think I'm going to give it a shot at the end of this year, but I'm going to look into getting pins made of my blog's logo, because I know that a lot of cosplayers now, they'll collaborate with artists to get pins of themselves made, so they'll sell online. So I was like, oh, I want to get into that. So that should be coming hopefully by the end of this year if things work out. And yeah, that's all I got. Thank you so much, Leah, for joining me.
Well, thank you. It's good to see you again. Yeah, good to hang out with you again. I'll see you next time.
Yeah. Oh, I'm definitely gonna have this girl on my show again. Don't you worry, guys.
Yay!
All right, and stay tuned for the next episode. There's gonna be a lot this month. I'm really excited. So, all right, take care, guys.